All right, Javi.
Jerome.
This is a sad day in in the life of being a Robert Whittaker and Max Holloway fan.
It's sadder than sad. It's sad. It's so sad that crying feels not sad.
This is how I felt. So one, I never want to go back to Abu Dhabi. I told you this. I never want to go there again. Every time my favorite fighter fights there, they lose. It's just I don't know what it is with Abu Dhabi, but I never want there to be a fight card there again. And second, forget what second was. Tell me how you felt tonight from beginning to end. How did you enjoy the card?
It was actually a phenomenal card. That's the part that hurts me. Phenomenal card. We did, and
Really?
you know
Yeah.
what? You know what else really hurts me?
What?
I you saw the bet. You saw the bet pre-bet. You saw it in person. The part that hurts me is the 1 week that we didn't do a breakdown. We didn't like take tally of our bets. I swept the card except for the co-main event and main event. Well, so that was very irritating for me.
If you want, you can send me your bet slips. I can post them.
Yeah, I'll just send you the one
Okay.
where it's like I think it's like 8 legs or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got very close to winning $1,000. And then the Reaper blew up on me.
Oh, don't say
He
that, man.
got
I'm
reaped.
looking at his jaw right now, and it is just brutal. Look at this thing.
I know, man. And I'm not saying this to make fun of him. I'm just saying like that blew my parlay and blew up my heart. That was the first. That was the left side of the heart. I took a bullet and I was like, you know what? Jerome's still in the main event. Let's bring it
Mm-hmm.
home. And then that was the end. That was the decapitation for me. I got
I,
knocked out by that punch. You know, the event.
yeah, let's go from beginning
Let's
to end.
see. Are we gonna go card beginning to end? Okay.
All right,
Card.
so Hanat and Leal, how did you feel about this potential robbery?
This fight was it was a fight.
It was a fight.
No, it was a fight. And I say that to say like I guess you could say it was a robbery, but it's like
I guess you could say
it
it was
wasn't.
Abu Dhabi.
No, it's just like I was just like super disappointed in the
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Like I like that's it. Like you could say it was a robbery, but it's like
As a
uh,
fight.
it, it, it was a more disappointing fight than anything else. Like it's by far the worst fight on the card for me, and that's including an injury that happens later on. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like, so that's my take on that fight. So you can call it robbery or not, whatever. Renat continues his dominance.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
and and I don't think this guy is gonna. I don't think this guy sees a belt. I think he proved like. But then again, if you know what it reminds me a lot of.
what?
Both of these guys were in the spot that kind of like Diego Lopez and Dan Ige were in,
Mm-hmm.
and like how like people were super disappointed that Lopez didn't like walk him, but it's
Yeah.
like it's short notice. Like whenever it's a short notice kind of fight, it's always like a weird feel. And then these guys, in my opinion, didn't really perform, and then you're like, well, so what do we do with this? So uh, you know,
I know what you mean.
uh, so
Um,
that's just my take. Like for me, like that was just like I was just like, whatever. That's how I felt about this fight.
I hear you. Ishmael, not a, whatever, versus Bruno Silva. So this fight, it looked like Bruno Silva didn't want to fight.
This was so freaking weird. Such a
Mm-hmm.
weird performance from Bruno Silva. But it was still a better fight than the last fight. Let me tell you why.
Damn.
Ismail was
Okay, go ahead.
no, because Ismail was still working him.
Yeah.
And, like he wanted to be there. He
He
was
wanted to whoop
trying
some
to.
ass. He wanted to feel some pain today.
Yeah, he was into it. But Bruno Silva, it was weird, man. It's like he didn't want to be there. He looked really defeated. Maybe he gassed. Maybe he wasn't like his tank wasn't. Maybe like he went into the fight not feeling good. Like he just wasn't in it. Like it was a weird performance. Um, and it was a very smooth sailing. It went to decision, but it was a smooth decision for Ismail. It's not even close. Definitely not a
Mm-hmm.
fight I would ever rewatch.
Yeah, the most prelim fights aren't anything you'd go back and rewatch, and depending on hindsight of like, wow, they made it from this. Farid versus Hugo, bro. Can I also say this? Every time we go to Abu Dhabi, these Brazil they got like
Brazil got
they are
their ass whooped
zapping the
tonight.
sauce out of Brazil. When's the last time a Brazilian won in fucking Abu Dhabi? I think this is a stat we might have to talk about every time they go. It's not looking good. I want Brazil to take this Russia rivalry like seriously because
But I will.
go ahead.
No, no, no. Let me. I thought you were done with your point. Continue, continue.
Like in one championship, they've done jujitsu versus sambo, grappling wise, and
Yeah.
jujitsu has always won. Take take this personal, man. Like Charles, you lost. Granted, I don't think you lost to Armin. I think that was a robbery of a fight. It's not a robbery, but I'm just let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
No, but yeah, I Oliveira starches Chandler again, probably. Granted, you never know. Like you never know
Yeah,
what's
you
gonna
never know.
happen in the main event.
So
All
my
right,
take with
yeah,
this
go ahead.
this fight, Victor Hugo actually put on a sick performance. Like if this fight, if I knew they were gonna fight like this, I would not have put on these odds. Like he was bigger than Basharat, he was hitting harder. Like Basharat really had to respect him, and he really had to dig deep. Like he was like he didn't really hurt him. Like Basharat was winning the whole fight, so it was again it was like a relatively easy decision. So he was winning the whole fight pretty comfortably. But there were moments that you could tell he had to just kind of just play defense because Victor Hugo was because he was down 2-0 in the
Mm-hmm.
cards going into the third. His corner let him know, and this motherfucker came out swinging. Like he knew he was losing, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna try to lay it all on the line." And I respect the shit out of that. And he got some sick like Victor Hugo. You clean him up a little bit, polish him up a little bit. At least striking wise, he's got some sick combinations that he could really put on and pour on. And he got some. It looked like he had some pretty decent power.
Mm.
But obviously he came in overweight, so take all of that with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Had to
Uh.
change the weight for this matchup. They changed the weight for this matchup. Victor Hugo kept his weight, and Bashar just fought at whatever weight they had to cut down to. He didn't put on weight, so there was
Yeah,
a
I
clear
believe he had like terrible visa issues. I believe.
yeah.
Um.
It was like a very clear
Uh,
discrepancy in power, but Bashar used that and beat him solely on technique. So I think Basharat's definitely one to watch. I don't think he has the most exciting uh fight style, but it's definitely not one of the more boring ones. Like I'll watch another Basharat fight and be totally fine with it.
okay. Uh. This is where the sadness began. Kennedy Nishchuku and Chris Barnett. This is, I think, we should have seen this as an omen that Chris Barnett lost TKO. Very sad. Blew out his knee jumping like T City in the beginning, and then
I don't
went for
know
a
why these guys.
spinning. Listen, it was the
How do these guys do this jump, man? I feel like every time we see a dude start with a jump like that, he either gets hurt or loses. I want the stats on that. Someone find the stats on that and send it to me. Because at least recently, bro. Yeah, like you said, the T City comes to mind. It's just so weird. And then if you know you're like, and if you know you tweak your leg, why are you doing spinning high kicks? Like I don't know.
that
I
was
was just like,
crazy. That's crazy.
um,
What are you doing? Listen,
but
I like the attitude. I like that you'd still go for it, but you gotta be smart. Like if my lower back's hurting, why would I deadlift? You know?
yeah, yeah.
Come on.
But I think and this is a fight. A small sample size, but if it would have kept going that way, Kennedy would have starched him anyway. He had a
Mm-hmm.
great performance. He
He did.
looked great. He
Yeah.
looked great. Like he looked natural. I was like, oh yeah, this is where he belongs. And I don't know how far he's gonna get, but his striking looked 20 times better than it looked in his last fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he looked good, and seems like a nice guy, nice backstory. I'm excited to see where he goes from here. I still don't like him because he blew one of my parlays once, but maybe he'll fix one of my parlays in the future, and then we're back on track.
Yeah, but I'm not off the Chris Barnett hype train. But like these things happen. I'm not off of it. He's fun. Like
He's
why
fun.
would
It's just
I?
tough,
Why'd I be
He
like
hadn't fought in
fuck
2
this guy
years.
now? Nah, come on.
It is tough. He hadn't fought in 2 years. He
Mm-hmm.
lost his wife. Like he's going through the ringer these last 2 years.
Yeah.
So, all the kudos for him to even step in and do it. So I pray that he can, hopefully he can recover well from his injury. Hopefully we see him again. And hopefully he gets his full camp. He's in a better
Mm.
headspace, and hopefully he has he provides the entertainment like he always does. But hopefully he gets like the positivity from that on the back end as well.
I had no idea he lost his wife. This is news to me. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is
And the
why I like learning
commentators
about
like
fighters, man. Ah, man, that's so sad.
commentators really pouring it on. Yeah, it's really sad. But it's crazy though because they were both going through a lot in the last 2 years. But Chris Barnett, he got lost his wife, then got injured, out for 2 years. Like that's tough. That'd be tough on anybody. It's a miracle he decided to step in.
Do you know how she
Um,
died?
no, I have no idea. I can look it up. Do you want me to look it up?
I will circle back. I'll post it on screen if I find it. Abos Magomedov and Bruno Ferreira. Another Brazilian loss. This time by submission. God, that doesn't look good. That is not looking good for
Yes,
Team Brazil.
yes. Abus was first round straight up whooping this kid's ass on the feet,
Yeah, I saw.
straight up
Yeah.
whooping his ass. Like, and then a little in the later round, Bruno started to find his like range. He started working with the jabs. He started to feel good. You could tell he had a little bit more of the power. You
Mm.
could tell that he was trying to look for a knockout. But Abus just smothered him, man, and then brought him to the ground, ended the fight, and yeah, like once again, I Bruno tried. I'm not saying he looked terrible, but it was so surprising for someone who we've come to know as a knockout artist. It was surprising to see Abus kind of pick him apart in spots.
Well, I think he's finding his stride. He's very good. He's got great potential, but he had that I think Khamzat effect where he thought he could get everybody out in the first. Well, Khamzat did. Again, we'll talk about it because he lost to Kyle Braulio and Sean Strickland, and both times, I mean, he didn't. His conditioning didn't look great, but he came here against Alves without a drug and sanction committee. It's sorry. No, no, I'm not accusing, but
I,
he did
I,
really he did look good. He's pacing himself, and he's not just pacing himself to cruise. He is still looking for the finish, and that's good to see. It's feel like hard for fighters to find a good balance between pace yourself but still have that killer instinct.
Abus said that he changed training camps to work on his gas tank, and it's showing. I
It's
wouldn't say it's
showing.
100% there yet, but you can definitely see some improvements. And he in the post fight interview for him,
Mm-hmm.
I think in the conference, he said that he feels like he fought Strickland a little too early. He said that he feels like he doesn't have like there's nothing that Strickland can do that he can't do. He just felt like he didn't have the experience and he fought him a little too early. And I mean, based off his performance tonight, if he brings up another performance of this caliber, then I won't say he's right, but I could say, hey man, maybe it isn't all talk. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, I hear what you mean. I hope to see him rise to the ranks, and there can be some good matchups. Maybe down the line, like 2 more wins from now, we could even get a Abbas and Sean Strickland rematch. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Fight of the night, dude. This dude, he. I like what DC said, where he said, "Always guess two." How many fingers am I holding? Always guess two. It's like always guess C on multiple choice. And do you think he could have seen? He could see. I don't think he could see. He could probably see,
Nah.
just not out of one
I,
eye. Like, uh,
this was first of all, like Mateus Rebecki was a plus 250 underdog. Shout out to the dog coming through.
seriously.
Um, and it was a great fight. He hurt his eye early, and
Mm.
that dictated the fight. That was not that was it, because Orlby was still he was in there. He was in there. It's not like he didn't have his moments, but you can tell he was compromised. It's as simple as that. He was compromised, and Rebecca didn't let it get away from him, and he won. He won split decision. This is for me. This was a split decision, yes, but about as clear of a split decision as you can get. I don't think this was a robbery by any means, if that makes any sense. I'd be like, cool. If you're scoring this, I'm okay with the split
I'm okay
decision.
with a
It's definitely
split. This
Rebecca.
this felt like one of those fights where it's like, yeah, it's a split. Like, I think it went. They, I think they got the right guy, but I don't know. Yeah, just interesting
Yeah.
to think about.
Mhm.
Jeff Neal, Rafael dos Anjos, another leg injury and another
I,
Brazilian loss.
I think those Anyos. I think hang it up. I honestly. Uh, it, it's- Jeff Neal was doing well. It's another one that he was gonna win the fight probably. He was piecing him the fuck up. Again, small sample size, but he was literally whipping his ass. And Raphael kind of like on a punch, kind of stepped awkward, and then went to go punch and stepped awkward again. Then got hit, and how he fell kind of like fucked up his leg, and he's just done. And Raphael, thank you. You're a legend in the sport, but it's time to pack your bags, my man. For me, I think
Oh
that's it.
man, I don't disagree with you. I think it is time. Like, listen, man, you're a badass. There's really nothing else to prove. I think getting off with an injury, especially at this age, you didn't get knocked out, you didn't get choked out. It sucks to go out on a loss. Maybe you go fight Nico Price and just get a win under your belt.
Bro,
um,
that is
I'm not. I'm.
legitimately every person's response. Every time, dude, do you even realize how often that comes out your mouth from like insert bum legend, insert legend who's like got had a bad performance? Maybe you fight Nico Price. Like that's your go-to guy. We got to make a Nico Price category. Nico Price.
Oh
That's the new
man,
category. Write it
I'm.
down. The
I'm
Nico
not
Price
trying. I'm
category.
not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. It's just funny. That's all. You categorize fighters the same way you categorize people by race, right? We could all just be one group, but instead we all have to be something different. Whatever. No, Jeff Neal, I think he looked good. He's fixed his issues as somebody, not me personally, just he had sepsis, and I've seen what that could do to somebody. And for him to still even come back and fight, he's had weight cutting issues, and I'd imagine it's from that, considering it was so severe, some of his organs shut off, which is crazy.
Yeah,
And he's still coming
yeah,
back, ripped, six pack. Didn't look bad, against an older guy, but I think this was the right guy because you got to see how he is. Seriously, he couldn't cut weight properly. His kidneys were apparently shutting down. That's a side effect even long after having recovered from sepsis. It fucks your body up. Um, but either way, yeah, I want to see RDA retire, and I want to see Jeff Neal versus you want to know what I? You want to know what who I'd give him? And it's fucked up. I'd give him Wonder Boy again. See if he can get back up there. Cause I love you, Wonder Boy. I love you, but I think that might end up being the fight. Probably wrong, but I don't know. That's what I think. Hey, Javi, hello.
Sorry, it cut out. I cut out for a second. I was talking. I'm so sorry.
No,
But
it's okay.
tossing it back. I actually agree with you on the Jeff Neal point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of the people who like was kind of over it, not in like a mean way. I know he's gone through some hardship, but just kind of like over like his hype. I was just like I kind of need a little more from him at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he provided that, and I hope he can continue to provide that because in flashes, man, he's got all the talent. In
Yeah, he
flashes, he
does.
looks like the guy. So I hope he can continue that. And I agree 1,000%. He should fight Thompson again.
I think he should. I think you go the rematch route.
Or Nico Price. Or Nico Price. Or Nico
Or
Price.
Nico Price. So last fight on the prelims: Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Siqueira.
Ebo,
My man
once
Ebe.
again, another Abu Dhabi card, another Abu Dhabi fight, another Brazilian getting his ass whooped.
Oh
That's what
God.
happened. Ebo whooped his fucking ass. Like, I mean, he KO'd him in a minute.
Yeah,
Dude, I
that's pretty
literally, bro,
bad.
so the fight started. I
Mm.
go to the bathroom, take a piss. I leave the door open so I can hear the commentary. Right? Look, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to the bathroom, doing my thing. I wash my hands, right? I come back and I start watching, and Evo's piecing him up a little bit. Oh, damn! Like, oh shit! Like he's looking good. And literally 10 seconds later, the fight was over. Like I was like,
That sounds about
oh, okay.
right. Sounds about right. another underdog win as well. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
cause the Brazilian guy, I remember he has 8 wins by knockout,
Hmm.
and he's 11-1, so they thought he was gonna starch Ebo. But I think if I'm not mistaken though, at the time, by the time the card started, I think they had gotten to even
Odds
odds. If
maybe.
I'm not mistaken, I
Yeah.
could be wrong about that, but if I'm not mistaken, because I remember trying to catch a live bet and thinking about that about this fight.
All right. First fight on the main card. Now, Javi, you went to school like I did, and as a kid, were you ever told by your teacher, "I have eyes on the back of my head"? It's why they always knew we were doing something behind their back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah,
Shara took
yeah.
that to the level of I will just whoop your ass behind my back. If if I can't fight you going forward, I'll fight you going backwards. And it worked. It
Shara hit him with that Daredevil special, bro. You know where you are.
it really worked. This you want to know something? He won me over in this fight. I knew Petrosian was gonna be a test. Apparently they trained together. Who knows who? It doesn't really matter who wins in the training room. What matters is when you fight in the octagon. Because when you're dude, you're training. Please, like you don't go out and talk about, dude, I want this dude's ass and stuff. Like you never know if that dude could just turn it on. You know what I mean? So either way,
Yeah,
Shara showed out,
it,
and I'm a fan now.
it was a great fight, and it was a test for Shara. The first
Mm-hmm.
round, he looked bad.
I
Like
wouldn't
there
say
were
he looked
moments where
bad.
there were
Petrosian.
moments he looked there were moments he looked bad, bro. There were moments where Petrosian, because remember, he looked bad for him. Because you're telling me Shara's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
Golden Glove guy, this crazy good boxer,
Is
and
he?
I'm not saying Armin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He is. Yeah, he's literally like he is like out of the doggies, he's like the striker. Like that's what he's known for. You can look it up. Like he's not known really like for his grappling.
Hmm.
So for someone who's known for that, and in that first round, dude, Armin caught him a couple times, like was winning some exchanges, and I'm like, and again, not that Armin's trash. This isn't what I'm trying to say. It's just for what the hype around Shara is, he looked bad that first round.
Uh-huh.
Then it seemed like he settled down, got more composed, started sitting a little harder on his shots, and then, like I said, he did the Daredevil special, knocked him out.
It was truly impressive, by all means.
And,
But
and,
he won me over in this fight.
and we live in a simulation because
Oh God, why?
because
Okay.
all right, my simulation. So Armin has 6 knockouts, right? One wins by knockout, right? Guess, and 3 first round finishes. Guess what the fuck his stat was going into the octagon? You'll never guess what the stat was that they showed. The stat that they showed is that he's 1 out of 10 UFC fighters to knock someone out with a spinning back fist. How crazy is that? How
Yeah, number
crazy
11.
ironic is that?
Mm-hmm.
And then Shaw hit him with a spinning back fist and knocked him out. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. You can't make
Uh,
that shit up.
moving up the card, Lerone Murphy, Dan Ige. Uh, I expected better out of Ige, and him from the very beginning, he got a little overconfident, and you heard it in his corner. What happened, dude? I thought you were gonna run this dude over. Where's that gas tank you were talking about? That's a hell of a way to talk to your fighter in the middle of a fight, and I like it. You know what I mean? I think sometimes you have to hear that. Like you were talking a lot of shit. Like I'm saying this as your friend, as your coach. If like no one else heard it, but besides the people who are watching on TV now, but now people know you said you were gonna dog walk him. Are you gonna do that or not? I don't know if
I
it
learned
what.
I learned so much about both of these fighters from this fight.
What'd you learn?
Uh Lerone Murphy, my man's. I'm gonna say something to you, big guy. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Something I want you to now know. You could be 15-0, but I have you on fraud watch. I said it. I have him on fraud watch. I had him
Okay.
on fraud watch. I thought his performance was so lackluster. I know he's a technical
Mm.
fighter. I know he's looking for
Mm.
his points. He's looking to win. He's Mayweather. He's Mayweather type of fighter. I get it. I know this. But he look the way Dan Ige, especially in the first and second round, which I was so heartbroken that Dan Ige got away from it and kind of like, but like, dude, Dan Ige was coming after
Mm.
him, pressuring him all this stuff, and then Murphy did the thing. If you would have watched this the full third round, Jason, you would have been disgusted. Murphy did
Mm.
what you hate. He held him up against the cage, waited out the time. I'm cruising. I got this in the bag, and that's why. If you notice,
Yeah.
that's why one of the judges gave it a 29-28.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, man, I felt like I was so disappointed in Leon Murphy's performance, but also, like you said, disappointed in Dan Igue's performance. He did do everything he needed to do, but I'm disappointed in his performance based off of the feedback we were getting from the coaches. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like the way the coaches were talking, I thought this dude was gonna come in the second, third round and fucking floor Leon Murphy. You know, like I thought he was gonna. Oh shit, we're gonna get vintage Dan Ige, you know?
Yeah.
But that's not what
That's
happened.
not what
So
happened.
I was just great fight, but somehow I
Good fight.
ended the fight disappointed in both guys. If that
Again,
makes sense.
every fight till now, all very entertaining, except the injuries. But
Yeah.
Magomed Ankalaev, Alexander Rakic. This.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Rockets, you goddamn giant bum. If you see your fucking head kicks are landing, throw more fucking head kicks. I was so mad. So mad. This dude, bro, maybe he gassed out. Maybe I'm being too harsh that he gassed out and couldn't do anything. But this dude, bro, I swear, if I see him, I'm gonna slap him. Nah, I won't do that. That's me. But like, I'm so mad, dude. Literally, this dude. First of all, his corner fucking hates him. His corner had the audacity to say he was up 2-0. So he cruised the entire third round. He cruised the entire third round, didn't throw a single head leg kick that he's been hitting on the whole fucking fight, while it's clearly 1-1, and you can even argue 2-0 for Ankalaev. I was in the boat of 1-1. There is no way in hell that this fight was 2-0 Rockets going into the third. There is no chance in hell. No judge, no fan. Fuck, even Shara off of his bad eye could tell you it was fucking 2-0.
Okay.
Garbage.
You
The
felt
corner,
okay.
because it's like what we were talking about, man. The corner fucked him. The corner,
Mm-hmm.
his team fucked him. His team fucked him because they didn't tell him, oh, you're up 2-0, but you got to land a couple more strikes. No, his team told him, no, you got this. Like cruise. They put him on cruise control. So Jason, if I'm in there in a fight and you tell me, bro, you got this, you're whipping his ass, you can go on cruise control now, just hold him down. What the fuck do you think I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna put my foot on the gas pedal. I'll be like, all right, cool, I got this. Let's not take any more damage than we need to. This is a dub. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even blame Rockets that much. But his corner, if I would go back as Rockets, go to his corner, and I'd be like, none of you guys are cornering me ever again. I'm not firing you because I had a good fucking camp, but I wouldn't let these people corner me again. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Now, hey, very different. Very different if it's an earlier in his career, early in the debut. Bro, you're coming off a knockout from fucking Jan. You got your fucking face fucking fucking punch through the fucking back of your skull. You need to make a statement. You're versus the number one contender. You win this, you have a title shot, bro. Let's go. Like, get it together. Like, what is good with this corner? Holy shit. And Ankalaev, he thinks he could sleep Herrera. He's fucking on cocaine. But if he is on cocaine, then he's gonna sleep Herrera. So those statements contradict each other. Holy shit. Rant's over.
All right.
That's it. Put his corner in the Paulo Costa list. Put his corners in the Paulo Costa list, please. Thank you.
Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev. And this is where the pain really starts. This is where I feel like we really get the knife. It's not quite twisted yet, but the knife is in there. And listen, I like the Chimaev train. I really do. You know what I mean? Especially objectively speaking, for him to come back against Robert Whittaker, and this is actually
One of his
insane.
boys. Who just floored one of his boys.
Yeah, Khamzat beat him previously in a previous organization, but
Of course.
all praises Damn, Khamzat Chimaev really is. That's a scary guy. That's a
Brother,
scary dude.
brother. I'm
Yeah,
gonna to me right now he's Khamzat brother
dude.
Chimaev. I love it.
Uh,
Nah, look.
okay,
I
go ahead.
wanted Whittaker to win. I had faith in the Reaper. I put him in my parlay.
Mm-hmm.
We love him. We love him here. But I
Yeah.
never hated. I don't hate Kamza. I
No,
do
no,
pray on
no.
the fall of Dagas. I do pray on the fall of Dagestanis. Don't get me wrong, but I don't hate Kamza. I never have. You know, he's mildly entertaining. He knows when to he's pretty entertaining, I should say, not mildly. He knows when to play the good guy, nice guy, and he knows how to talk his shit. But he also gives a lot of credit. Like you know, like I like him,
Mm-hmm.
but I really wanted Robert to win this. And holy shit, I don't think I've ever this dude. We have to. Can we get stopwatches that are like timers? Can we make them wear wires so we can measure how fast this man takes off on a takedown? Holy shit, that was crazy. That the speed he got that off with, the ease he got that off with, and yes, Robert had moments where he was working in takedown defense, getting up and stuff. Like he had his little moments where he was trying to, and in a
Mm-hmm.
couple spots, I'm like, Robert, he's getting out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Khamzat, bro, he is the stereotypical. He's like that. He's the guy that you get warned about at a gym. You know that you're like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, that guy might look like a toothpick, but that guy's gonna fuck you up. Like Khamzat does not. He has the power, and I don't know where his soul might be carrying all the strength. It might just be his spirit that carries the strength because it does not show in his body like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an incredible. Incredible is I'm underselling it by saying an incredible performance. It was honestly a game-changing performance. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a statement made. I mean, it's exactly what he did is exactly it's picture perfect. It was picture perfect, and he even went up to Dana and he did the little Michael Jordan shrug. And yeah, I'm with you. Who's gonna solve the puzzle of Kamaev? I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, the jaw thing is crazy because I understand why you tap that quickly. But wow, that is some, as you said, crazy strength. And I don't think you can only get that just by wrestling. I think he probably does, and I think that is probably the best way to do it. It's not the only way, but it might be the best way. But either
Fucking
way,
eats deer. He eats deer antlers and shit. You're
he's
fucking
on that Ray
jacked.
Lewis diet. So
Fact.
yeah,
Uh, and
good
once
job,
again, yeah, the
Hamza.
commentators. Yeah, good job, Khamzat. All praise to you. And again, another incredible performance. Please, for the fans out there, for the people, please stay healthy, man. That's really all I could ever knock you on. Please stay healthy, like you know. Um,
Mm.
and the commentators really fucked Whittaker there. They literally said Robert Whittaker has never been submitted in his UFC
In the UFC, he
in
was
UFC.
and not
He's
at
only been previously
185.
yeah, he's only been previously submitted outside of the organization 11 years ago, and I was like, well, the minute I saw fucking comes out going for the rear naked or like the face crank, I was like, oh. And then how fast Whittaker tapped. I said it. I said it here. I said it live. I was like, oh, he's hurt. Something happened there because
Yeah,
Whittaker's a tough dude, and he tapped one of the fastest taps I've ever seen. You know,
seriously, seriously. Uh, so let's twist the knife here. Main event,
pain, pain.
and you read on Twitter, on Instagram. It's again, I don't know what goes on in Abu Dhabi. I don't know what they do. I don't know if it might be a law, bro. It might really be they believe so much in these fighter is I know neither of these people are Muslim or from Abu Dhabi. I'm just saying, but yeah, they put their chips on Ilia, and god damn it, Ilia is he hits so hard. He hits so hard. And a stat that I'll give you that was pretty interesting was every BMF champion who has won the belt gets knocked out in their next fight. Ilia is going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
immune to it, I think, because the BMF belt wasn't on the line. But say it was, and then he fought Diego Lopez, I think then Diego would have knocked him out. But I don't know. I think
So,
Diego Lopez can really give Ilia some problems. Movsar Evelev should go fight Aljamain Sterling first. And just sorry, I just want to look into the future a little bit, but Aljamain maybe go back down to 135. I don't know if 45's gonna be it for you. But go ahead, Javi.
well, Ilya. So Ilya, he is
Fucking good.
nasty.
Yeah.
He is nasty. Um, he's. I mean, he's incredible. Like he's incredible. That you know, without I mean, dude. I mean,
He's not hot on the
what?
mic. I'm gonna tell you that he suffers from
No,
Sean
no, no, no,
O'Malley
no, no,
syndrome. He suffers
no,
from the
no, no,
same syndrome,
no, no.
and it
I hate
sucks.
I hate the personality he's trying to portray. I hated his heel turn. He's no, that's not for me.
Yeah,
But
don't be the bad guy. Don't be the bad guy.
he's incredible, and I think when's the last time we saw somebody knock out two bona fide Hall of Famers, GOAT conversation guys who have never been knocked out before in the same year? Is it just him?
Well, I wouldn't say knocked out, but you want to know who actually has a close achievement to this, especially when you think back to the time? Henry
Who?
Cejudo. Remember his run. Like, I know he's come back and he's kind of sullied it a little bit, but yes, I know the DJ fight, it was a split, and I don't think he won, but fine, he got the win. But then he beats TJ Dillashaw, who, yes, it was at 125, but he did also, have to take some PEDs, and he just bullied TJ. Kind of was the beginning of the end in that regard, but then he fights Marlon Moraes, and Marlon was a monster. Oh my god, he was so good. He was so good, and he battles through adversity and beats him. Then he knocks out Dominic Cruz. Those four fights right there, I think, were just as impressive as what Ilia did. And I know people don't like Henry Cejudo, but you got to think back 2018 to 2020. Yeah, I think that's equatable. Now, if
I completely disagree, man.
what?
Like
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
because I'll give you Cruz,
Okay.
but Max and Volk legitimately are top 5 GOAT conversation in this division.
um, Demetrius Johnson, the best flyweight ever. TJ Dillashaw, regarded with Dominic Cruz as the best bantamweight ever. Not now, but at the time, he was known as the best bantamweight, tied up there with Dominic Cruz. You go back and watch that fight. Very close fight. Marlon Moraes, who is a nasty fighter. Look what he did to Aljamain, who ended up becoming the champion and also beating Henry Cejudo. You know?
I listen, I get what you are trying to lay on the table. There is no way, bro. Look at the people that look at the all right. Look at Max's career and look at Volk's career, bro. And this guy beat both of them for the knocking them out for the first time.
Yes.
Two people that have never been knocked out, dude. Two people that are in GOAT conversation right now.
Well, Henry Volk was just knocked down prior.
Yeah. And
I
no, but
love
not in
that.
this division.
I
Not
love
in this division.
sure not in his division, but it happened. You know what
No,
I
it
mean?
happened, but not in this division. This is an like if he maybe not Diego Lopez, but the thing is right now like there is no other like in my opinion there's
Mm-hmm.
not really another quote unquote GOAT in this division like that had that kind of run just yet.
Jose
So it'd be
Aldo.
kind of hard. Yeah, but
Jose
it's
Aldo's is the 145 goat.
yeah. I agree, but it's not Jose Aldo old. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he could beat him, but it wouldn't have as much weight as it would have a couple years ago. Do you get what I'm saying? So like it's like the now matters. You know, fucking if
Mm.
um yeah. So I think like Ilia's on a crazy run.
Mm.
One thing that always pisses me off about Ilia is it drives me fucking insane that his parents are from Georgia. He was born in fucking
He
he was
moved to
born
Spain
in
when he was young.
yeah. But he was born in his parents are from Georgia, but he was born in Germany and he represents Spain and it drives me insane. It's too much for me. It's too much for me. My brain breaks. And I'm like, what are you? And then if you look at him, he kind of could be from all three. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I'm like, I
Yeah.
gotta get it.
I mean,
You know, he kind
look
of
at
has
Izzy, bro. Izzy looks full blown Chinese. You know what I? So, ah man,
yes, but I think we talked about this. If Max ever makes another run again, he should go by Jerome. Bring the real Jerome back. Bring Jerome back. I
yeah,
want Jerome. No, but it was awesome performance for Ilia. You know,
yeah.
again, I'm always gonna give him a lot of shit because I hate the personality he's trying to portray. He doesn't feel
Just
authentic.
be a
I don't think
nice
he does a
guy.
good.
Just be a nice. You are a nice guy.
He's so much better at that because it's real.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
there's certain people, like you said, Kobe comes off cringe. We know it's
Hmm.
a gimmick, but at least he's crazy over the top with the gimmick. You know what I'm saying? He does the stupid videos, like like he commits hard to the shitty gimmick, and it's really cringe. Fine, but Ilya is like kind of half in, half out, and nothing feels like realistic. You know, nothing.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing him talk, I'm like, bro, you don't believe that shit. Shut up. Like you just. But hey, I'll give him all the credit in the world. He said he was gonna knock out Volk. He said he was gonna knock out Max, and he did.
Yeah. And
He did.
truthful, I gotta say though, he even looked like he surprised himself in both of those fights. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I know he believed he was gonna do it, and he knows he's that good. You know what I mean? It's not by accident that he did this. This was so purposeful, and it's what I said. He realized Max couldn't really hurt him about halfway through the second round, which is why I had a 1-1 going into the third. But he
I think
realized Max couldn't hurt him, and that's when he started sitting down on his punches. And from then on, it just felt like he was just gonna find the shot. Like that's what it felt like. Because Max did not. When they did get into those exchanges, he had him hurt another time before. I think once or twice before the actual knockout, and I was like, yeah, it's those times right there. Max just doesn't really have the power. Like, yes, I know he knocked these people. I get it. I know that. During the exchanges, there's force being driven both ways. I look at it kind of like the Stipe and Fabricio Verdum fight. You know, of course, Stipe has that power. Of course, Max could knock somebody out, you know, but he gets people into these exchanges, and Ilia really is the last person you'd want to exchange with, even if you are Max. You don't you don't have the same kind of firepower, and you're not slick enough to really dodge all those punches. So
I
it just felt like a
think
matter of time.
I think Max frustrated him.
In the beginning, yes.
I think Max the because I made round two. Max landed over 100 significant strikes and was at like 250. He was on
Hmm.
pace to hit over 1,000 strikes in a fucking UFC fight. That like Max had the volume that
Hmm.
like honestly I don't think anybody else could have. And I think Elia, because that's what I think happened. I don't think Max was sitting there like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't think Max is sitting there. I mean, you're always looking for the knockout, but I don't think Max was sitting there trying to, I'm going to home run bomb this guy every throw. I don't think he was looking for that. I think Max's whole game plan was pitter patter, stick and move, stick and move, stick and move, let him gas out, take him in the later rounds. Because that's when Ilia's gotten hurt, it's been that and leg and
Head kicks.
leg head kicks. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
he's gotten hurt,
Head kicks.
like really hurt. So I think Max, that's what Max was looking for. The
Yeah,
difference is
but
Ilia.
yeah,
I think Ilia then was like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat some of these shots and I'm gonna start throwing bombs,
mm,
and that's what he did. He like I think Ilia bit down on the mouthpiece and started swinging, and it the like you said, I agree with you. Midway towards midway in round two,
mm-hmm,
early round three, Ilia's vibe changed. He kind of dropped a little bit of the technique and was like, I'm gonna throw hard, and you can
yeah,
tell his movement in the beginning. You know, he's moving. He's trying to time. He's trying to time Max's punches.
Yeah.
At the end of the second, start of the third, he's still like trying to time, but he's just looking for hard, clean shots. Like he's just trying to hit hard. And
Yeah.
that showed. And I think that changeup in my opinion, Max wasn't ready for. Not just not ready for the power. I also didn't think he expected that. I
Hmm.
thought he expected more of like like a finesse fight, a finesse game per se. And that's not what he got. He got a dude who said, "Fuck this, now I'm gonna knock you out." That's basically what Ilia said.
Yeah.
He said, fuck all this bullshit, now I'm gonna knock you out." That's what he did.
Ilia versus Volk is next, and I am excited to see it. I don't believe Volk is going to win, but Volk has shown that he can come back in rematches besides the Islam one. But I don't know. Max actually doesn't do very good in rematches. I don't think he's ever won a rematch. So either way,
I
uh,
think poor just
no, he never beat Poirier. No, he's never won a rematch.
did he lose to Gaethje, or was he too on Gaethje?
No, no, he just fought him the one time.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
could have
So
sworn.
no, they only fought the one time. So all right, what a night. Honestly, I'm gonna give this card, objectively speaking, like eight, 8.5 out of 10.
I'm with you. You actually
I'm
read my fucking mind. I'm not kidding.
giving.
I can be a harsh critic on certain things, and you
Mm,
could be a harsh critic on things, and very rarely do we agree on a number.
yeah,
And you actually hit the nail on the head. 8.5 for me. 8.5. I think fight of the night was the
Olbeck,
yes, Olbeck. No, Rebecca and or
Rebecca.
Obai. Yeah, you combine their names. The Olbeck um, fight of the night. Performance of the night. I go Kamaev and then knockout Ilia. Those are my
Uh,
bonuses.
yeah, I think those are great bonuses actually. So, all right, we'll be back for another video, maybe discussions. We'll see. Yes, we are gonna get other Cucamongas here. Sorry, it's only been me and Javi. We like to
Yeah,
talk.
I'm gonna get a stack of Bibles and pray that our Lord and Savior Conor McGregor comes back and beats up Ilia. Um, Conor, we've had a tough road. I turned on you earlier this year. I'm now turning back. All this led
I
me
have a
back to
favor. I
you.
have a favor to ask for you.
I've gone through enough pain. Please, no. But all jokes aside, Jason, if Alex loses, if Chama goes down, this might be not the worst, but it might be the most heartbreaking year of UFC in terms of fan favorites losing. Am I wrong by saying that?
If Magomed Chama's my Chama, I'm gonna be very sad. So, all right, we will see you guys in probably a couple of days. All right, bye everybody.
Yes. Bye. Take care.